Rachael Blackmore, vainqueur du Grand National de Liverpool et meilleure jockey du Festival de Cheltenham. Qu'est-ce que cela signifie pour vous d'avoir ces titres associés à votre nom, Rachael Blackmore?
It's still something I'm trying to process, and what's after happening in the last few weeks. So it's just incredible.
Quelles ont été les réactions suite à cette victoire célèbre?
Look, I suppose the Grand National, it's really hit home that it's a race that reaches a lot of different corners of the globe. It's a massive race, and its global reach has really hit home, I think, since that day in April. So it's been phenomenal.
Where have the phone calls been coming from regarding the Grand National?
Oh, I think I have relations now in every different part of the world. There's a lot of people cropping up I never knew existed.
Et les réactions de vos pairs dans les vestiaires?
They've all been very supportive. Obviously they wish it was them, and I'd be the same if one of them won it. But no, look, it's a great, the weight room is a great community. The same in every country, I suppose.
Ici en France, on connaît un petit peu le Grand National de Liverpool, mais expliquez-nous le niveau de l'envergure de cette course pour les Anglais et les Irlandais.
Yeah, the Grand National, I suppose, is the race that captures every young person's imagination. In Ireland, families watch it as a group. They do a sweepstakes. There's 40 horses, so every family member gets an allocated number of horses, and it's just a race, I think, that captures a lot of people's imaginations. And, it was no different for me growing up. When I was riding my ponies, I was always, the race in the back of my head that I was thinking about was the Grand National, so it's an extremely special race.
And what went through your mind as you went past the winning post in front on Minella Times in the race?
It was just incredible. I suppose, when you're winning, going into the Grand National, you don't have the same pressure that you have with, say, riding a favourite in a champion hurdle. Winning that race was initial relief more than anything. But, the Grand National, there's no pressure. Trainers and owners know that you need so much luck on your side to come home in front. So it's just extreme joy the minute you cross the line, to be honest. You're just absolutely elated about what's after happening, and it's just a fantastic feeling.
Vous êtes entrée dans l'histoire et la légende du Grand National en tant que première femme à remporter la course, mais j'ai cru comprendre que vous préférez être juste un jockey et pas une femme jockey. Expliquez-nous cela.
Yeah, look, it's just not something that comes into it with us in our weigh room. When I entered the weigh room, Nina Carberry and Katie Walsh were the role models and the people I looked up to. They never made any issue about being male or female. So, I just followed suit in that regard, and, have been very lucky in my career that it's not something that anyone has ever made an issue of.
And talking about your career, you came into racing, you got quite a different way into racing from many of your colleagues. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got to where you are today?
Yeah, I think just a lot slower than a lot of my colleagues. It took me a lot longer for the penny to drop and to get going. But I suppose patience has been a thing, has been something that has helped me there. I went to college when I finished school and rode as an amateur until I was 25, and then turned professional when I was 25. And, things have kind of snowballed since then. So, I'm very lucky now in the yards that I'm associated with, primarily Henry de Bromhead's yard in Ireland. And, that's taken my career to a whole new level. You need to be getting on that caliber of horse, to allow you to win races in Cheltenham and Grand Nationals. So I feel extremely lucky.
Vous avez parlé de vos idoles ou vos exemples quand vous étiez petit, les femmes jockeys Nina Carberry et Katie Walsh. Est-ce que vous êtes consciente qu'aujourd'hui, c'est vous l'exemple à suivre pour la nouvelle génération? Et quelles sont les valeurs que vous aimeriez leur transmettre?
Yeah, look, I'm in a very privileged position. I hope I don't mess it up. And I suppose just working hard is a big thing that any jockey, if anyone out there wants to be a jockey, that's just going to be part of what you have to do.
Okay. And what would you say are your strengths as a jockey?
That's a difficult question. But you know, I think there's a lot more to being a jockey than just race riding. You know, I think being able to speak with owners and trainers is a big part of it. You know, you can have bad days, and to be able to keep things with your trainer, you know, on a level, you know, those kind of things are important too. You know, it's very easy on the good days, but you know, the bad days are always tricky.
Vous avez vaincu à Cheltenham et à Aintree, mais là vous avez un nouveau challenge plus tard ce mois-ci avec Ajas dans le Grand Steeple-Chase de Paris. Dans un premier temps, expliquez-nous comment cela a été fait pour avoir la montre et quelle a été votre réaction quand le téléphone a sonné.
Oh, to be asked to ride in that race, you know, is just fantastic. I was meant to ride in it before for Willie Mullins, and I got injured and couldn't go. And you know, it's just extremely special, and it's very iconic. You know, I've never been to Auteuil, but I've seen the pictures, and yeah, you'd be just extremely excited to get the opportunity to ride in a race like that. But then to get the opportunity to ride a horse like Ajas in it, you know, brings it to a whole new level. So very, very much looking forward to it.
Donc vous n'êtes jamais venu à Auteuil, mais j'imagine que vous avez regardé pas mal la course à la télévision. Quelles sont vos impressions de cet hippodrome et ce parcours et les différences entre Auteuil et Punchestown et Cheltenham que vous connaissez bien?
Yeah, I've watched back a lot of the races, and you know, it's a race I've always really wanted to ride in. Yeah, look, the fences don't look small anyway from the TV, so we'll see what they're like when I get over there.
Est-ce que vous avez regardé les courses de référence de Ajas? Quelles sont pour vous ses qualités et qu'est-ce que David Cotin vous a dit à son égard?
Yeah, I have. I've watched back his last few runs. To be honest, he looks extremely straightforward. He looks like a fabulous horse to jump and a fabulous horse to ride. I'm sure David will fill me in a lot more this week on, you know, what he wants to do with the horse and so on. But yeah, he just looks like a pleasure to ride.
Vous n'êtes jamais venu à Auteuil, mais vous avez passé un petit peu de temps en France, il me semble. Parlez-nous de vos expériences ici en France et qu'est-ce que vous avez appris ici?
Yeah, I did. My first experience in France was, well, aside from going on many a camping holiday when I was younger, but riding experience, I went to Chantilly and I rode out for Richard Gibson for 2 weeks. And then the following summer, I went to McCare's. I think I went to McCare's twice after that. So you know, been very lucky to get the opportunities to go to Chantilly and to Guillaume McCare's, where I just learned a hell of a lot. You know, it's a fantastic establishment over there. You know, the jumping he does with his horses is incredible. So I was very lucky to get to experience that.
Est-ce que vous avez appris un petit peu de français peut-être?
I definitely learned how to get by, how to order something. Maybe I just learned how to point on the menu. Very good at pointing. But yeah, I did French in school, but I think there's not much of it left.
Et pour terminer, qu'est-ce qu'on peut souhaiter à Rachael Blackmore pour l'avenir?
The Grand Steep, hopefully.
Well, we hope so very much. We wish you bonne chance for Ajas on the Grand Steeple on the 23rd, and we look forward very much to seeing you in Paris. Thank you very much, Rachael.